current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win in any marketplace. And what we mean by that is we want to be your consumer advocate. We want to introduce you to all of our expert contributors, great attorneys, CPA, financial advisors, self-defense experts, home service providers, boating, yachting experts, lots of ways we help you here. Captain Will that does pilots and jets. So many different ways. We have an awesome network, and it is, in a sense, our net worth. So reach out to the hotline. We'd love to connect. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com. Coming up here, Alex Lima, BlackBelt, fitness and martial arts, self-defense. We're going to talk a little about southern border and immigration, as well as this new lawsuit on censorship that just got filed by Daily Wire and the Federalist. So before we do, a couple of hot listings here. 6026 100th Avenue East. This one's in Parrish. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 3,000 square foot home, completely screened, oversized lanai. It's 38 by 22. You have updated bathrooms with tile, floating vanity, European sink cabinets, rock landscaping, large tiled kitchen island, 2 newer AC units with a warranty, 4-foot fence, large walk-in master shower, laminate wood flooring in the main area, ceiling fans, granite countertops, and more. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath at 6026 100th Avenue East, Parrish, Florida, and a great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. 5422 Glen Ivy Place North, another great listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Pinellas Park. This one is an immaculate, affordable 2-bedroom, 2-bath home with a garage nestled in a prime location in the heart of Pinellas. Springwood Villas. It's a community that's close to everything in St. Petersburg in Pinellas County. Generously sized master suite, rumored to be a model for the builder. Boasts an exceptional roomy closet. Luxurious $16,000 safe step-up tub and shower. Perfect retreat from the northern winters. 5422 Glen Ivy Place North, Pinellas Park. You can see all of our listings online at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com. I'm walking on sunshine. All right, we got Alex Lima back in studio. He is our go-to for all things self-defense and martial arts, and a trainer and a coach. Champion in his own right as well, MMA champion over the years. And Alex, I've been watching, just last night I watched the documentary, The Police State by N Ste.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Just tell you, man, I mean, a lot of these stories, you kind of hear them over and over time, but when you see the full documentary, just similar to the way that he put together the show, the movie 2,000 Mules, that just documented all the fake ballot harvesting, all the things happened during the most free and fair election in the history of our country, and that's in air quotes, guys. But yeah, it's interesting to see, and it's very scary. It's pernicious, and it's dealing with the highest level of malfeasance, and this deep state is real. And Dinesh D'Souza does a great job with Dan Bongino, another patriot. And the premise is that the reason he had Dan Bongino in on it is because he wanted to have somebody that was kind of from the inside. He was a Secret Service agent, military guy.
Yeah, his stuff is good. If you ever get a chance to check out his Instagram page and stuff, like he drops a lot of information. That's like,
absolutely.
Like we were talking before, it's we've discussed this. It's one thing to for us to talk about it or hear hey, things are going to be leaked, or we know this stuff's going on behind the scenes.
Yep.
But when you see actual documentation of things, when you see actual evidence, it hits different.
Yeah, and when you see the kind of the recreations of these early morning, it's always like a 5:30, 6 in the morning raid that they do, and then they're going to do the perp walk. They're going to have the person humiliated, handcuffs, leg shackles, in front of the family. This one guy had 7 kids, and he was just a pro-life pastor that was outside talking to people, trying to convince them against abortion or whatnot. Yeah. And so it's a misuse, and they're attacking. And it's interesting how he talked about terrorism, because that was the word of the Bushes after the 9/11, right? That was the word of the Bush regime, and the deep state was terrorism. But now what they call it is extremism. Yeah. So this is MAGA extremism. Wait, how do you get extremism from MAGA? We believe in close borders, make America great. Let's bring jobs back here. I mean, all the common sense things, law and order. But then you can have there's nothing said about Antifa and BLM and all of those riots that happen. I mean, it's just so crazy to see the two different sides there. I just can't understand how people still sign up for this Democratic Party. It's unbelievable to me.
Well, it's because you're assuming that people use common sense, and we know that that's not so common, you know.
Yeah.
And Shakespeare said it best: "The world is the stage, and we're all players."
Yeah.
Everything is it's all smoke and mirrors, man. It's all smoke and mirrors. Media and movies and agendas are pushed by, spinning certain things, using certain extreme words.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, "Man got arrested this morning," they're like, extremist MAGA, perpetrator arrested, 13 FBI agents raided to make it,
mass shooting.
That's
another
up,
big one they use.
Exactly.
Right?
Word.
No, it was two people outside of Ybor Club that shot each other.
They shot at each other.
Two gangs, rival gangs. It wasn't a mass shooting.
Yeah.
But that's what you're exactly right, though.
They spin the wording to make it sound more extreme because they know that words, trigger people, trigger emotion, and we're emotional creatures. So as long as you can play on someone's emotions, you own them. You can completely control them. There's
a biblical side to it. I want to play this quick clip here.
John 10:10 is one of my favorite verses because it summarizes one of the promises of the Word of God so beautifully. The enemy comes to lie, steal, cheat, and destroy. But I have come to give life and life more abundantly. It's that Christ gives us life to set the captives free. That is the story of the Exodus. That is why we need Jesus Christ.
Doesn't it sound like that's a perfect clip for what we just said? Yeah. I mean, they're lying, cheating, stealing, but they sit there and point at the other side, just like the Newsom debate with DeSantis. Everything was wrong. Everything that he said was a lie. California's dead last, out migration, people are leaving, economies are failing, criminals are not getting prosecuted, on and on and on. Homelessness in the street, defecating in public. They actually have a map that shows where all the poop is, so you can avoid it. Yeah. And then here, flip it to Florida. Number one in migration, number one in law and order, number one in a lot of different things.
Yeah, the numbers are there. That one was really bizarre to watch because the numbers and statistics would actually pop up on screen.
Yeah.
And then that guy would try to tell you, no, well, Florida's the worst. It's like, I literally just saw the numbers that they got from an independent source. This isn't just Florida bringing, like, look at our numbers. Like, these are statistics that they pulled from some really good sources.
Yeah.
But, if the devil's got a nice suit on, he can sell you whatever.
Exactly.
So he's sitting there all fresh in his suit, smiling at you, trying to convince the people that, that's not true.
Yeah.
Florida's the worst, Yeah. And some people will buy it. And that's the scary part, is that people don't... I'm conflicted with it because I don't know if it's that people are completely ignorant or they just don't want to hear the truth.
Right. But they're being misinformed too. Like that's the same thing. Again, it's the same thing they blame this side for doing. Let me play the censorship clip, and then this is a new lawsuit that was just filed, and then we'll go where we were going there.
The Daily Wire and the Federalist, along with the state of Texas, have just filed a civil complaint against the Biden State Department. The lawsuit aims to halt what it describes as one of the most egregious government operations to censor the American press in the history of the nation.
Joining us to discuss is Margot Cleveland, an attorney with the New Civil Liberties Alliance. First, what are the key allegations here?
So the key allegations are that the State Department acted without authority to cause and to fund the censorship of the plaintiff's speech, the Daily Wire, and the Federalist speech, as well as their rights as a press.
So general rule, too, is that the one that's censoring the speech probably does not have the truth on their side or the facts on their side. So I want to pause there. Yeah.
The State Department has a group called the Global Engagement Center, which has as its history preventing and countering terrorism. But what it started to do was see its mission as countering disinformation, misinformation, malinformation, which I think Americans now recognize is anything the government doesn't want the public to know.
Boom, that's the key, right? Whatever disagrees with the Biden regime, that's disinformation. We've got to suppress that. Oh, the laptop, no, that's fake. We got to suppress that. The shot, we got to suppress that.
Yeah, I strongly encourage people, not just with this stuff, with news sources and stuff, but products you buy, where you shop, clothes, everything.
Yeah.
But especially your sources where you're gathering information from that you're taking as gospel truth.
Yep.
You need to trace the money. You need
Right.
to trace who owns that, because whoever owns that, they're telling you the truth that they want you to know, right? History used to be written by the victors. Now history is written by whoever owns the media source. Right. A prime example of this is Kim Jong-un in his region of Korea. There's only I don't want to misquote it, but I think there's 5 TV channels, and it's propaganda all day long.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's all day long what he's feeding you.
All those places.
He owns all of them. Okay. And that's an extreme example of the tyrannical, power taking over the media. Here, they're a little slicker with it.
Yep.
So you always have to do your research and really find out who owns these things. And if it's someone you've never heard of, as soon as you know Bill Gates, you already know what he's tied to.
Yep.
What he owns.
Yep.
Right. But it's someone you've never heard of, kind of start, listen, it's not hard in today's day and age. That's one thing that they can't take from us as far as control. We can track things if you do a little bit of private investigator work, right?
Yep.
Become Sherlock Holmes, right? When's the last time you heard Sherlock Holmes, right?
That's the beauty of the internet, by the way.
They can. Right? We can use it for intelligent things instead of just sending each other, dumb cat videos, and listening to what whoever has to say about things.
Yeah. So talk about Daily Wire too, because you subscribed and you were telling me about that funny movie, because Daily Wire is one of the main, the person bringing this suit, Federalist and Daily
Sure.
Wire.
And Daily Wire also, I don't know if you know about this, they made a massive donation to X, to the Twitter platform that's now X, previously Twitter, that is now known as X, because the whole thing where Disney pulled all their funding from it.
Yeah.
They pulled, so they don't want to do things. So then Elon went on national television and was like, go F yourself.
Yep.
You're not gonna hold me ransom with money.
Yep.
So if you want to pull it's obvious what you're doing. You're pulling it because I don't want to push your agendas. It's going to be a free speech platform.
Yes.
So pay attention to that. If they're pulling their money and all these companies are pulling their money, well, then why are they doing that? And if the company goes debunk, right? If X fails and falls, the people will know why. It is because these people wanted to spread lies, and he wasn't going to have it. It's a free speech platform.
Sure.
Right? So Daily Wire made a massive contribution. It's not the amount that Disney and these other companies pulled, but the thing was that we need to keep these sources where you do have free speech and you can get real news and truth from.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can at least decipher what the truth is instead of it being jammed down your throat, these lies, right?
Yeah, and even two sides. Hey, let's show both sides. Let's let the debate happen. Let's let the truth prevail, or the best ideas prevail.
So here's the reality. This is an old proverb, and this is what I've always found to be true myself. The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay? You got both sides telling a story. There's a tyrannical perspective, and then a more kind of realist perspective, but something is in the middle. Neither side is completely true, but it's on you, the listener, the viewer, to decipher where that middle ground truth is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daily Wire, I love all their content. They have great stuff. Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro. What's the other guy? Is it Wallace that did the What Is a Woman?
Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh. Sorry, Matt Walsh. And then they have the kids network now, Bentkey, where it's non-woke agenda for kids. It's my daughter loves it. She was she was so thankful. She goes, Daddy, we have all new stuff we can watch. And I was like, now we've been through it and we're waiting for more new stuff to come out.
And that movie was pretty funny, right? You've seen that movie. I've only seen some of the previews.
Lady Balders, they did the movie.
The guy's got this huge beard, and it's got one of those little round where it flashes the light for you.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the comical spin on, and that's what it was. Back not too long ago, it was a comedy if a man tried to, in a movie, dress up like a woman to play on a sport to help the team win or something like that. And there was always some kind of funny agenda or why they were doing it. But the thing is, it's not a comedy anymore. It's what people are doing, and people. The problem is it number one, it shouldn't be done. I saw something about it. It was a 14-year-old girl that was suspended because she was uncomfortable with a trans student being in the locker room. Yeah. She left the locker room because her and a bunch of her little girlfriends felt uncomfortable.
Right, as they should.
And then when she went to the principal's office, when she tried to bring it to the superiors, the administrators, they tried to shush her.
Yeah,
and they said that we can't do nothing about it. And then when she made a bigger stink about it, she actually got suspended. Got suspended for wanting safety and to feel comfortable in the locker room. A place that is very private.
To not have a dude in there with a penis.
Yeah. Women shouldn't be going into the men's locker room.
Exactly.
Right? It's a private thing. And men shouldn't be going into the women's locker room. It's very simple. It's clear as day. I don't understand why we have to keep breaking this down for people.
It is. It's crazy, but it's part of the agenda. It's part of their distraction. It's part of the whole leftist cause, and it's evil. Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. How do you want people to connect?
Yeah, hit me up. You can always call 813-426-1588. You can find me on the socials at blackbelt_fitness. And we got a lot of cool training opportunities and competitions and stuff in the works. So it's a good time to join the team and be with us.
I love it. And get with them on some of your training. It's a great times, all types of awesome training, MMA training, boxing, kickboxing, so much grappling and jiu-jitsu and all the good stuff. So always enjoy it. All right, Alex, thanks again. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to come back here in just a moment, talk to Clyde Smith. He's the general manager of the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and that is the Bilmar Beach Resort. You can check him online. BilmarBeachResort.com. Find out about Sanding Ovations. We're going to talk about these 6-7 foot or more sand castles that are being built on the beach right now. We'll talk to you soon here. Stay with us on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals.